Hey, all you probabilistic bards and bardettes. Welcome back to iCast Vicious Mockery.
A show about rituals, blood sacrifice.
And the best predictions for your fantasy sports teams.
No, we don't do that kind of fantasy.
Oh.
Usually. I'm Matt.
I'm Austin.
We're gonna listen you up some stuff.
Coming at you with the life hack today.
Okay, life hack. Let's do it.
If you're cleaning,
Mm-hmm.
or if you're putting together IKEA furniture,
Okay.
what you got to do is put on some Dropkick Murphys.
Okay.
Done.
Okay.
That's the life hack. It's very simple.
Oh, okay.
But it works.
Really?
Yeah.
Something about Dropkick Murphys gets you through the cleaning and or furniture assembly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's excellent for it. It's I don't know why, especially if it's like really late, like say some furniture was shipping to you and it arrived at 8 p.m. But you got home at 10 p.m. But you're like, all right, well, now we've got this giant box. Let's at least bring it in the house. Do we want to try to build this tonight? Oh, it couldn't take that long. Put on Dropkick Murphys.
Then it won't take that long, or it'll still take that long, but
it won't matter.
It won't matter. Okay.
Either way, it doesn't matter.
All right, gotcha.
It doesn't matter if it does take long or not because you've got Dropkick Murphys on your side.
I don't know that I could name a Dropkick Murphys song.
Oh, I can't either.
I'm sure. Oh, okay.
I don't listen to them on the regular.
Oh,
no, that's the essence of this life hack. It's not like you need to be a fan of Dropkick Murphys or have any special feelings toward them. All you got to do is listen to them while you do this activity.
In that case, I want to say that probably if you are a fan of Dropkick Murphys and you listen to them regularly, this won't work. I bet.
That's rough.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you do in that case. Because I tried this with some other stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I put on, what's that band called? Not Sum 40. Blink
182.
I tried them. No, they're not good for this.
No, they wouldn't be.
And I tried like an emo playlist.
Sum 41 wouldn't be good
Doesn't
either.
do it.
But
no, Sum 41 wouldn't be.
Yeah.
You could try some like chill-ish music like Oasis. Doesn't do it. My favorite band, Asian Kung Fu Generation. Not good for assembling furniture and or doing chores. But Dropkick Murphys will just propel you right through it.
You know, I'll have to try it.
Yep.
Got it. Yeah. Got it. Got to try
it. I cannot wait to come over to your house sometime and Dropkick Murphy is on. And people are just all over like scrubbing and whatever. Is this
like an IRL like montage? Is that what it feels like?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. So it's like a real life, like you're living in reality, but it's a montage.
Yeah. Yeah. It kind of feels like each moment is a more significant part of the overall process than it actually, because like you're breaking down boxes or something, and it's like you do the same like cut here, fold, smush.
Broken down
tie.
many boxes. Yes.
Yeah. So you're doing that, and it's all so small, and there's nothing special about any of it. But then, you got, oh my God, so we found other Irish drinking music works, but Dropkick Murphys was the best.
Oh, that's what it is? It's Irish drinking music.
Yeah, it works, but sometimes there were certain live performances of it that kind of dragged and stuff because they would include them talking.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we switched to exclusively Dropkick Murphys, it was mostly pre-recorded, and it just flew.
Life hack.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had mentioned that I might have heard this from you before, but no, this is my first experience with this.
Yeah. Well,
And I'm gonna have to completely just take you at your word because I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't tried it yet. I'll try it and then I'll get back to you next time.
I would love to hear anybody at home. I'd love to hear how this works for you.
Yeah, I've got some stuff I could do, like cleaning related, organizationally.
I will certainly be doing a lot of that in the next month.
Yeah, tangentially. Yeah. Huh. Dropkick Murphys.
Yeah. It's surprising, but it works. I don't know if it would work for something like folding laundry.
No,
or little tasks like that, but like things that could be physically taxing. That's where it seems to work the best. Like the bigger chores.
So it's like feel good music. Is that what we're looking at here?
No, it's like feel strong music, maybe.
Oh, feeling strong.
Yeah. It invigorates you. Yeah,
it's invigorating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. I can feel it already.
Yeah,
I can feel it already.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you name any Dropkick Murphys songs now?
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither.
Guinness.
I think that is actually one of their songs. Yeah, I think it is.
Oh yeah. Nailed
now
it.
that you've said it, I think so.
Well, of course, I know everything about Dropkick Murphys.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So here's something I never told you, or haven't told you yet. I have recently planned a trip to Ireland. I'm going to be going to Ireland.
What?
Later this year. Yeah.
Are you going with anybody?
Yes, I am.
Family trip?
No.
Friendly trip?
Sure. Yeah, you could say that.
Dogs? You're bringing dogs?
I don't.
Do you want to bring Basket?
I don't think Basket will enjoy the entire process, but
yeah, nothing about flying on a plane, going somewhere where it's rainy, and then flying on another plane sounds good to her. I think.
Yeah, it'll be in like October, so.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, I don't think.
She'd be so miserable there.
Yeah, no.
I mean, here in October, she's also miserable, but there she would the plane, and then. And it's probably warmer there in October, huh?
Well, it rains constantly, though.
Yeah.
In Ireland,
but I like rain.
Year
I mean,
long.
she doesn't. She hates rain.
I do. I do also like the rain. Yes, I do. It's one of my favorite kind of weather patterns. So anyway, I think I might need to experience a bit of the Dropkick Murphys prior to the trip.
Mm-hmm.
If it's Irish drinking music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, and so other Irish drinking music a lot of the time is stuff where it's like, what's that kind of song pattern where like you sing a little bit and then you add on for the next verse?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Which isn't how Dropkick Murphys operates necessarily, but it is the kind of stuff where you can kind of pick up on it pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah.
And so you sing along, and dance if there's a dance and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to be familiar with it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it have, it's real popular now, sea shanties?
Yeah.
Does it have that kind of vibe? Like a shanty vibe?
Yeah. I think some Dropkick Murphys songs are just sea shanties, but then performed in like that, Irish style.
Yeah. Okay.
That you'd expect at a pub or whatever, and like very aggressively. It's like, it's pub rock.
Pub rock.
Maybe that's what I would call it.
All right. I'm liking the sound of that.
Yeah. And again, I don't know anything about them.
I've experienced pub rock.
Normally,
this area of the U.S. is Irish heavy, I would say, culturally.
Yeah.
Mostly not Irish, Italian, Polish. I think those are predominant. Greek.
Yeah, there's some Greek here.
Yeah.
I feel like there's enough Greek everywhere in the US that like I think it's uniform.
Pretty uniform.
I think Greek people are uniformly distributed throughout the US. Greek people out there, can you tell me if this is correct?
Yeah. Greek people out there, can you
I feel like any individual Greek person would know the answer to that. So
can you actually help me out here while we have you on the phone here? Can you remind me, or just tell me? I never know. So okay, people like, how do you pronounce your words? That's what I'm getting at. How do you say your words? I've heard gyro. I know that's got to be wrong, right? I've also heard hero. I've also heard it more like euro.
You know what? I think if you looked up how it was spelled in Greek, you'd immediately know how to pronounce it.
You would think, but that's a language I don't have a solid grasp on.
No, you could probably read Greek.
You think so?
Yeah, I can read Greek.
Then I must be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, or at least I can mostly read it. Although I did do more physics classes than you maybe, but I mean, for the most part, if I see like because some Greek words are just English words. That's certainly part of it is that if you look at a word like democracy, you could sound that out in the Greek alphabet. If you saw it written down, you'd be like, oh, I know that word.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, right. Yeah. So
that makes sense.
Some Greek is actually easy to like sound out as an English speaker because you're kind of familiar with some of the characters because some of them are the same. And then the other ones, if you think of their names, you can kind of figure out how to pronounce them or stuff like that if you've ever heard their name before. And then the other ones, you just fill in the gaps. Longer words are easier.
Okay, but how do you say it then? Is it hero?
We'll never know.
Is it? It's
we'll
not.
Never
gyro.
know for sure because no one speaks Greek.
Yeah. Well, it's not. I know it's not gyro.
Yeah, it's an ancient language
I've
that
also
no one
heard
knows.
Hero. Hero, more like that.
Yeah.
But it's like none of those, I'm sure. All right, we're
gonna find out right now.
We're looking this up. Yeah, we've. I mean, it's a burning it's a burning question. I think I've only had it like once ever. Okay, that's not helpful.
Yeah, it's euros.
Euros.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's euro.
Yeah, that's it. Looks well. I don't know what the accent on the U means.
I don't either.
That's actually an unfamiliar thing to me in Greek, but yeah, it looks like it would be more like euros. Euros. Do they roll? Do like the euros?
Euros? I don't think
they probably do.
I don't think so. Oh well, yeah. I guess English
has the weird R.
Yeah, it's the weird one that nobody else does.
No. Let's be real. Mandarin has the weird R, but English has almost the weird R.
Mandarin has the weird R?
Yeah, it's pronounced like YR.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. No, I'm familiar with that. Okay, yes, okay. I'm saying okay a lot because I still I'm not clear. But I'm more clear than I was before. Wait. I'm affirming because
don't even try to say okay in Greek. You're not even going to come close.
Ente? Yeah.
No, there's an X in
Taxi. I said Entei because that's a Pokemon.
Is Entei a Greek Pokemon? We better get on track here.
Well, let's talk about these Hemomancy spells.
Ooh, blood magic.
I know. This is SonixverseLabs. Lots of SonixverseLabs.
Welcome back, man.
Lots of SonixverseLabs.
Always glad to have you.
Yeah, it's fun having SonixverseLabs, if I could say their name. Yeah, lots of like just blood spells. A couple, a handful. How
did they spell hematurgy? Was it called hematurgy? No, what was it called?
Hemomancy.
Hemomancy.
Yes.
Did they spell it HAE?
HEMOM.
Oh, okay. So like the English way. That's fine. I can live with that.
You can live with it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's a lot of these. I think I'm just going to stick with like maybe one per page because there's like 5 or 6 pages here. Page 1. Oh, you know what? Okay, are these all cantrips? No. Okay, but they're in order of level of spell. So we've got like just so many cantrips here. What do you want to hear about? We've got Bloodcraft, we've got Bleed, We've got Blood Blade.
I don't want to know too much about the damaging ones. I want to know like what kind of creative stuff is there?
Well, there's Blood Bend.
Is it like blood bending in Avatar? Or does it like what's it do?
It looks like a debuff spell.
Okay.
Because it's just a cantrip.
Right.
Yeah. So you basically have the choice of making them bleed from their eyes. So they have disadvantage on perception checks.
Okay.
And attack rolls. You can make them bleed from their nose.
That shouldn't cause any issues.
Ears.
Oh, okay. That would be a problem.
Disadvantage on saving throws for maintaining concentration on spells. Hey, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You can make them. You can control their movement until the end of their next turn.
Great.
They're unable to dash or use their reaction. So you can manipulate their movement in some way.
Wow. To stop them from being able to use their reaction is very good. I mean, under certain circumstances. On some enemies, it doesn't matter at all. But on some, like, that's pretty gangsta.
Now, there is a saving throw involved, of course.
Well, yeah.
So they have to fail a Constitution save, it looks like. Yeah, no, I agree, though. Yeah, reactions and such, and henceforth, that's pretty powerful for a cantrip.
Yeah, I like it. It also, it has a lot of different uses.
Right. Yeah.
And which is cool. I like when a spell kind of says, all right, this is, and in fact, I'm going to say now, it's cool that those are like 3 example mechanics of what this spell can do. I almost kind of wish that there was a nice way for the spells to not have a mechanic associated with them. All right, think about this. So the spell, it doesn't do a certain amount of damage or things like that. Now, this is crazy. This is nuts. This is a different game. Okay. At this point.
Yeah.
This literally, it cannot be called Dungeons and Dragons. At least not 5th edition. All right, because what if the spell was just described in the rule book? You do this happens, but it doesn't tell you mechanically what that causes, and you have to come up with the uses for it. Interesting. That's a real big open-ended system there.
Yeah, that's definitely much more focus on the role-playing part.
And the utility aspects of different things. Like maybe you're not supposed to be getting in fights all the time. And so the magic is focused on things that you do in daily life, or things that just some people need to do, or, like this spell interacts with neurons to make them fire faster for a certain amount of time instead of instead of whatever what's that haste instead of haste, right? So it just literally, it speeds up your brain. You decide what it does. It probably has some side effects,
right? Like haste,
that sort of thing. Yeah, exactly. But then instead of increasing your movement speed or something, like, it could just increase your intelligence score temporarily. You basically come up with, well, okay, I'll think about this and I'll have it ready in time for our Kickstarter.
Okay. Yeah.
In early June.
And I think in early June, right now, in early June.
Yeah, in early June, like before this episode comes out.
Yeah.
I'll have it ready.
In which timeline are we doing that?
We were gonna. Oh God, I have to look at the chart again.
Yeah, I don't remember which timeline
pull it up.
I don't remember which timeline is the one that we're in, and which one is. I don't remember the difference. They're bleeding together in my mind. Maybe there's gonna. Oh my goodness, is there some kind of convergence happening? Are the timelines converging?
Oh, surely, yes.
Oh no.
Yeah, they have to be. There's all sorts of like, I mean, there's not infinite room for timelines to spread out in.
So they have to come together at some point.
Yeah. I mean, not all of them do, but some of them will because they keep split. Like the more they split, the more they converge. It becomes increasingly volatile as we continue to split the timelines further.
Why were we cursed and blessed with such a power?
Blursed. Anyway,
Blursed.
I actually say that word blursed, so don't at me.
Blursed.
Yeah, Anna gets mad at me when I say blursed instead of blursed. But something can be blessed and something can be cursed, so I don't know why something can't be blursed.
Blursed, yeah. You're right. We should normalize blursed.
So I think you are blessed when the blessings can come from you. And you're blessed when someone hits you with a blessing.
With the bless, yeah.
Right? And then you're cursed when the curse comes from you. And you're cursed when someone hits you with the curse. So I guess those two pronunciations have actual meanings. Something that's blursed is like made to be blursed by something else.
And if you are blursed, it comes from
it's intrinsic.
You.
Yeah.
I think we are blursed.
Yeah, I would say so.
Cool.
We are all blursed on this blursed day.
What a blursed day.
What a blursed day. Look, I think that would be a fun way to look at it, and I'm gonna do that from now on. When things are just great and awful, I think it is just a blursed day.
It's a blursed day.
And we can all be happy about that.
I can be happy.
There's nothing wrong with blursed.
No.
Like once you put a name on it, it's all good.
Yeah, once you label it, once you can define it.
Yeah.
That's when
it's just another blursing.
It's a blursing. You can also do a sanguine recovery with Hemomancy, by the way. Mm-hmm. This is also a cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
So you accelerate the healing capabilities of either you or a creature that you touch.
Mm-hmm.
So you can expend your hit die to regain a number of hit points equal to that hit die plus Constitution modifier or your spellcasting modifier. So I think what this spell is saying
is you use a cantrip and you get to use an extra hit die plus modifier.
Yes.
So, and I guess you could technically do that can you do that during a rest? Can you cast a cantrip during a rest?
No.
I wish I knew the rules of this game.
No, because a rest is defined as doing nothing more than light activity. And I think that casting a spell I think anything that requires like an action to do is more than light activity. I think free action things are not considered or would be considered light activity.
Okay.
Like,
so you can play catch.
Opening a door?
Yeah.
Yeah, playing catch, sure. But not casting a spell.
Can you play keep away?
That's more than light activity,
okay.
Probably.
Well, in that case, I don't want to play this game anymore.
Oh, okay.
I'm retiring.
I'm
retiring from my D&D career.
Okay. No, I'm not sure about how this is worded. Can expend of an available hit die to regain a number of hit points equal to.
Oh, are you wondering whether it requires the hit die?
No, what this is saying is this spell lets a creature use one of their hit die,
right? Not
during a rest.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. But and it actually adds a bonus to it. It sounds like. So technically even more healing than a hit die.
Yes, because either the creature uses its own constitution or you use your spellcasting modifier.
Right.
And I think you would just assume you would use whatever's higher.
So you're going to get some kind of extra healing, but you can't do it while resting.
Correct.
But it's great for an emergency in between rests.
Right.
Sounds good. That sounds really good.
Yeah. Healing as a cantrip, though. Well, no, it's not overpowered because you have to use your
expend a hit die
still. Yeah.
Yeah. Or that part was not clear the way that it's worded to me.
Right.
Whether we are required to use the hit die or not. And we may not be required, in which case you just get an immediate plus whatever hit points, whatever the modifier is. But that's not very many. That's less than other healing spells. Right? Like 5 hit points with a 20 spellcasting score. Oh, I guess your spellcasting modifier is different than your.
Yeah, your spellcasting modifier is usually your
whatever plus whatever. Yeah, it could be like up to 10.
Right. Well, depending on your character's level.
Yeah, at like level 20.
Yeah. Well, then
or it could be up to 15.
At level
how high does it go? I don't know.
Yeah, at level 20. Well,
it's still it's pretty weak because your other healing cantrips are like by that point 4d8 or something.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
so like 1d8 plus 12.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. 4d4 is probably not as good.
The other thing to consider, though, is that this spell is better for characters with higher hit points because they're going to have bigger hit dices, bigger hit dies.
Yes, they will. Yeah. Well, sure.
But I guess it's not proportionally better.
The most common hit die, I think, is a D8.
Mm-hmm.
And I think only like one class has a D10, one or two.
Can we
call
it a date already?
A date?
Like, I think that's what it's been this whole time.
This podcast, we're doing right now?
No, a D8.
Oh, a date.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why does no one ever... How come...
You know, I'm going to roll the date.
There we go.
Yeah, we're going back to...
Roll a date.
Yeah, we're going to roll a date.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's how you'd say it if you were Irish or something. Yeah.
Wait. What if Irish people were in D&D?
All right. That's where
Wouldn't that be
I'm cutting you off there.
Some stuff is too...
It's too risque for this show. Too risque.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else do we have here? You can channel agony.
Are we still in the cantrips?
No, this is now level 1.
Okay.
This is now level 1. So you can use the blood of other creatures to amplify your attacks. When you or a creature within range takes damage, you can use their blood to empower your next attack. The next time you deal damage on your next turn, the target takes an additional 1d8 necrotic damage, and the spell ends. So, okay, this is interesting. Just by the way it's worded.
Mm-hmm.
What this is saying,
right,
is first of all, you must deal damage on your next turn, or else the spell is lost.
Yeah. Or no, does it say that? It says the spell ends after you deal damage.
Well, it says that,
or on your next turn.
It says that, but it also says, so at the beginning it says you empower your attack the next time you deal damage on your next turn. So that's what's confusing about it, because it says both. It says the next time you deal damage, but it also says on your next turn.
I think that it might be an editing thing.
Me too. I would like to assume
that it's the next time you deal damage. Because what's the time on this puppy?
It does say that it only lasts 1 round.
Oh, okay. So it is on your next turn.
So it does, yes. Oh, and the casting time is a reaction. That's the key.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So now indeed. This is making sense.
So this is you get hit or something gets hit, you use your reaction, so you know that it is going to work because the condition is already met, and then okay.
And then when you get to your turn, you attack. So okay,
that's good.
Yeah,
I like that.
The implication, I think, is that if you miss with your attack, though, that's it. Like you just didn't hit them.
Yeah.
So you don't get that extra damage. But still, I think it's just first level, so I think it's worth
a try.
It's worth a shot. Yeah, it's worth a shot. You know, because I like those risky moments where you make a decision. You're like,
all right, everything comes down to this,
and then the table explodes in applause when it works. You know, I like that's the energy I get from this is applause exploding. So there's a blood puppet. I think this is probably more. This is only second level though.
Bluppet.
A bluppet? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, but is that spelled BLOOPPUTET or BLUPPET?
BLUPPOT?
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay. We're getting spicy with the letter arrangement here. I see how it's going.
Yes, it was a spicy spelling of the word.
So you can force a creature within range to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution
throw. So if they fail, then they must either move up to your movement speed in a direction of your choice. That's an interesting thing. They move up to your movement speed in a direction of your choice.
Oh, I guess you're controlling them.
Yeah, because you're controlling them. The movement does not provoke attacks of opportunity. I think that's important. That's
right, because otherwise you can
you just have them whoa. And then your barbarian just hits them like twice as much as they normally would have. Or the creature must drop an object that it is holding, or you command the creature to make a melee weapon attack against a creature within its reach, or you can force the creature to fall prone. That's not bad for a second level spell. And I don't think it's too much. It feels okay, you know? Feels good, because it's not like you make them do whatever you want. Which I think is fine, but that would have to be a higher level spell.
Right.
Yeah, that's great. I like that.
Those are cool choices for the effects. Again, cool choices for these effects. Like those are all very useful, but in very different situations. So this is a really, really handy spell.
Yes, indeed. And it looks like there's a lot of third level options. So give me a moment here. A lot. Oh my goodness. There are so many third level options here. Third level spells up in the his house. Okay. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but I'm literally just going to pick one based on the name.
That sounds like a plan.
Blood Sense. I'm interested to know what that is.
Ooh.
You're able to see the life force of nearby creatures. For the duration, you know the presence of a living creature within 300 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located. Upon using this feature, you also are able to determine the creature's current hit points. It's Scan from Kingdom Hearts. It's it's wearing the hero's tunic in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
You know, it's
it's straight out of a video game, and it's perfect for this type of. I mean, wow! Like this is a great flavor for this type of magic. Like this is it's exactly what you'd want. You want this sounds like a great utility wizard who like they're in control of the battlefield without necessarily. I mean, it sounds like there are plenty of damaging spells and stuff, but I would lean toward the other ones with this class or with this subclass.
Yeah, and
or I guess it's really not a subclass, but you know what I mean.
It brings up an interesting thing too. You know, a lot of times when playing D&D, a lot of DMs will be coy about like hit points and stuff. They'll be like, oh, you know, the creature looks pretty injured. You know, you start to. I feel like that's like,
oh, he's got an ouchie.
Yeah, it's like an immersion thing, I think. But I'm like, what if you just flip the script? Like, what if the player characters are like aware of some numerical value to that's like inherent to a creature's vitality? You know, that'd be interesting.
That would be crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and maybe you don't feel it as an exact number or something, but like the player gets the exact number, but you, as your character goes along, they get a sense of exactly what that means. And at some point with all of this stuff, I mean, if you look at the modern world as an example, like people are going to measure this stuff. Like this is all going to get figured out.
Right. Exactly. And it's stuff like this blood sense that, you know, people will specialize in this kind of thing because there's a niche in adventuring parties where that fits in really nicely. It's good to know, especially if you want to do like a true open world thing where they could run into anything at any time. That would be really important.
They'd be like, whoa.
They'd be like, oh yeah,
that thing's got like 30,000 hit points. I don't know about going this way.
Right. We're not ready for that.
I can't see what it is, but there's something in that mountain with 30,000 hit points.
Right. And it's like, okay, we're going to come back to this. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
But it's too late. It was the mountain.
It just starts moving on its own. All right. I made a good choice there. I'm glad I judged that book by its cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a handful of 4th levels here as well.
I'm ready for a 4th level.
Yeah. Hey, Blood Curse.
Or blurs for short.
Or blurs. No, wait, hold on.
Isn't that what that means?
Wait a minute. No, blurs is something we can't have two blurs here that mean different things.
Other words do it. I think it's fine.
Oh yeah, like door and door.
Is that what?
I'm just kidding. Okay. I'm just joking. It was the first thing I thought of. I thought of door, and I was like, yeah, door means two things, right? No, it doesn't.
Wait, it might though.
Or does it? I know. It makes you think, doesn't it? You're like, door definitely means something else other than the one obvious thing.
Because we call this a doorway.
Mm-hmm.
And we call this part the door.
Sure. No,
but I don't know if I'm satisfied with that.
You're not.
All right, anyway, that's fine.
Well, that's fine. Too much for...
What's this blurs?
The Blood Curse.
Mm-hmm.
So you target a creature within range, Constitution saving throw. One of the following effects, in addition to 4d6 necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it repeats the saving throw, all that good stuff, but it's either agony. So whenever the target takes damage, it takes an additional 1d4 necrotic damage. You can cripple the target. Movement speed is halved for the duration of the spell. You can weaken the target. Any attack that relies on strength or dexterity deals half damage. Ooh, dang. I like that. Or you can wither the target. They're unable to regain hit points for the duration, and they have disadvantage on saving throws to remove blinded, deafened, exhaustion, paralyzed, or poison conditions.
Whoa. Those are all so cool.
I know, that's great, right?
Yeah.
And again, 5th level spell totally tracks. Like, this is a great balance.
That's amazing. I like that spell a lot. Do we have any 9th level ones?
Let's see. Let's
hit those 9th level boys.
We have 6th, 7th, no 9th. 7th is the highest.
7th, that works. Let's go for a 7th level.
Okay, do you want exsanguination or blood scent? Those are the 2 7th level spells.
Let's do blood scent.
Blood scent? Okay, let's see what it does. So this spell allows you to track down any creature from a single drop of its blood. So if you have a blood sample, you can track them. It allows you to know the general direction and distance.
I think that SonixverseLabs might not know what a bloodhound does. That's the only thing I'm worried about right now.
Yeah.
They might not realize.
Right.
All right, sorry. I'm just joking. Don't worry, Sonixverse.
We're just kidding.
We're just kidding. We're just flipping around.
We're just joshing. You always know the shortest, most direct physical route to the target.
Whoa.
As long as you are on the same plane of existence. If the target is dead on another plane of existence or shrouded by effects that block divination, the spell fails. So it does not beat divination of any kind. But you know what? I would add, though, for the divination part, any divination blocking spell of a lower level.
Right, yeah.
You know, I think that's kind of implied, right?
Mm-hmm. Or no, of a higher level, rather, right?
Sure.
Yeah, if you out-level that spell, you're good.
Then you're good.
Yeah.
I think if you meet or out-level a spell, you're good.
Okay.
For the purposes of blocking divination magic. Because there's got to be a way to block even 9th level divination magic. I feel like if you use 9th level, defense always has the advantage, right? That's my thought process behind it.
So then,
like, holding up a defensive position is almost always easier than attacking.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's my logic. It's just my logic, man.
Yeah. Okay. That's a kind of a game design thing to decide which one is the right way to go with that. Which means that I should be able to do it, but I won't right now. We'll think about that.
We'll on the back burner.
Yeah. I guess it just matters kind of what sort of gameplay ramifications you want it to have. Like if offense has the advantage, there is always a chance that an enemy could be detecting you remotely. There, 100%, there's always a chance.
Correct. Yes.
If defense has the advantage, and you're using divination protection spells, then there are ways to be certain that they cannot track you.
Correct.
But you have to be on top of those spells all the time.
Right. And yeah, I mean, it would take quite the amount. They would take quite the resources.
Yeah.
To be able to do that.
If offense has the advantage, then oddly enough, if offense has the advantage in divination, then offense becomes the preferred playstyle everywhere, because you're just not going to block any divination if you know that they have 9th level divination and that they will use it on you. Mm-hmm. You just won't block it, and you'll save your spell slots, and you'll attack them.
Yeah.
So that's going to lead to speedier gameplay.
Yeah.
Right? Like things are going to have to resolve faster because there will be complete knowledge of both sides, most likely.
You know what, though? When you say that, I like that better.
Yeah, exactly. That's good for certain things. And then other times it is better to have a campaign where, the thing is, just putting up defenses against divination isn't actually exciting gameplay.
No.
So it feels like you need more of a reason for it. There has to be some kind of like time frame during which you'll need to do it, or something like that.
Oh yeah, like if you have to get through a certain area, maybe like an Eye of Sauron situation,
Right.
where you have to get through a place, but like that area is under the like constant watch of something.
Yeah.
Whose gaze you need to avoid.
Like that's where the defensive stuff shines.
Mm-hmm.
Like it can't be just, oh, we got to be careful just in case. Because that's not actually fun gameplay.
No.
That's just literally you need to burn a spell slot every day because who knows what could happen. Mm-hmm. And that's not fun. Weird.
Because what that will end up is your baseline just becomes one less spell slot.
Exactly.
And then it's like kind of like back to level playing field. Mm-hmm. So it would be no different if you didn't do that.
Right. So I think, favoring offense is probably going to lead to speedier gameplay and stuff like that. And then you should give players specific instances, specific time frames, missions, things like that, where it makes sense for them to use divination counter spells.
Right, exactly. Because, that was one of the big appeals of Bloodborne, actually, the video game. Speaking of blood. Mm-hmm. Because it's a Soulsborne game. It's like Dark Souls. But unlike Dark Souls, where you can kind of play the game however you want, Bloodborne was very explicit about you should play the game this way. Mm-hmm. Which I think was kind of to its strength. Because the way that you played the game is you attack.
Right.
Like that's what you do.
Yeah.
You attack. Because for those who might not be familiar, there's a mechanic in the game where what do they call it? It has like its own name. I want to say it starts with an R. Rallying. Yes, they call it rallying. Yeah. So when an enemy hits you and takes a chunk of your hit points, there's like a white line, like an indicator mark of where your hit points are.
Yeah. When they hit you, it says you're going to lose this many hit points, but then they start to slowly drain.
Yeah, but then it's like a timer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, your hit points go down on almost on a timer, essentially. And if you hit that thing back fast enough, then you will actually get your hit points back up to like a certain amount before the timer runs out. Like the red bar will go down and you can get your hit points back up to meet it at least, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, as far as you let it go down before you hit, that's how much you lose. Right?
Exactly.
So if they hit you and you hit them right back, you're not going to lose many hit points.
Yeah. You're not going to hit nearly as much, depending on how strong the hit is. Because each time you hit them back, you don't get like all of it back. You just you get a little bit at a time.
Okay. So you have to actually continuously try to attack them.
Yeah, you have to be aggressive.
If you take a hit, it's only really worth it if you deal a bunch of damage back.
Right. And
quickly.
And you don't want to be reckless because your hit points are still wherever that white line is. That's where they are currently.
Right.
So if you get hit again, you could die.
Right.
Because once that white indicator mark hits the bottom of your hit points, you're dead. You can't get them back anymore. It's an interesting. It's a very interesting mechanic. I'm sure there have been plenty of games who have done that before, but Bloodborne is the only one that I've played that's had a mechanic like that.
Yeah.
And the way that the game is designed, it works really well. And what it does, I'm a very conservative video game player,
Yeah.
I'll roll out of the way and use my health, but all Soulsborne games have limited health recovery. Like you can't just buy 1 million health potions and be good for the game. And Bloodborne's no different.
Right.
So it kind of like, you have to be smart about it still. Sometimes rolling away and taking a hit of your health potion is the best option. But sometimes the best option is hit them back as much as you can right now. so that you can get your health back. But so yeah, it encourages more aggressive gameplay, and I had more fun doing it that way.
Right. Yeah, I think Bloodborne is a really good example of a game that doubles down on mechanics that make you play a certain way, and it turns out to be a more fun way of playing. I guess it depends on what experiences you're going for. I mean, if you were looking for a real-time strategy game, you're not going to like Bloodborne.
No, exactly. Yeah.
But if you pick up Bloodborne because you think I might like this type of game, you're probably going to like it more than you would a Dark Souls game or something like that.
Right.
Actually, for a lot of people.
Right. Exactly. A lot of people, I've heard a lot of, chatter on the internet, and even from some people that I know in my personal life who kind of make fun of Bloodborne and say it's like the easiest Soulsborne game. Like it's the baby one, like that people do. But I would argue that actually it's just as hard as all the other ones are. It just does a really good job of teaching you how to play it, like by the mechanics, right?
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of ways that you could play Dark Souls wrong or poorly, not optimally, and never know.
And it'll just be really hard.
Yeah, and it'll just.
Whereas if you had a better character build or better weapons or things like that,
exactly,
the game could be so much easier.
Yeah, but because there's only one way to play Bloodborne, and it happens to also be the best way to play it, it's just more fun. and I don't know. I've never played Dark Souls. I never played Demon Souls. I haven't played Elden Ring. I haven't played any of those other games. So I don't know, but I imagine that Bloodborne is probably no different in terms of difficulty. It's probably just as difficult as all the other ones. Oh, Sekiro, that's the other one. I haven't played that one.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I forgot about that one too until just now.
Yeah. That's the one that I wanted to try because it was, it seems most focused on movement options, and that's fun for me.
Yeah, mobility and stuff. Yeah, that one seemed cool. I think that might be the least appreciated out of all of them, interestingly enough, like critically and amongst fans.
Well, I'll try it and I'll let you guys know how it goes.
Yeah.
It's not going to be soon.
No,
I have plenty of other stuff to do first.
Right. You're busy. So yeah, anyway, I don't know if something like that would work. No, because D&D is turn-based. It has to be. So that specific
if
mechanic,
you get hit and then you deal damage before their next turn, you could do that kind of thing. That's just really hard to keep track of.
Yeah, well, right, exactly.
That's a lot of work.
That's just a lot of remembering.
And it's a lot of work for not that much. Because in D&D, a lot of the time you stand and swing.
Right.
Right? Like that just is how, like, if you feel like I have a more than 80% chance of winning this if I just stand here and swing my sword at this thing, that's what I'm going to do. You know, like that's kind of how a lot of the encounters go. You like feel each other out, you get the right spacing, and then you just stand and swing.
Stand and swing.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's entirely true. I'll have to look into more tactical D&D stuff. That would be an interesting thing to check out.
Yeah, it would be. I'm not familiar myself with tactics in D&D. I don't know, like people who play in an adventurers league. What do they do? I don't know. Because I've always had more fun, like making up my own stuff and doing my own thing with D&D. So I'm not sure what it's like to play it as intended.
Good point. Yeah, I've never played the game really. So
yeah, exactly. Well, when you think of it that way, yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Well,
yeah. I think
class dismissed.
Yeah, I agree. Thanks for the lesson. That was the bell. But the bell doesn't dismiss you. I do, but I'm dismissing you now. So
Basket.
Basket thinks it's time to go too. So
yeah, she does.
I think that's a good sign. Bye-bye.
Basket, say bye.
Oh, rare basket shot.
Say bye.
Oh, she's being shy.